Today is World Photography Day. What I have got in front of me is a grouse butt. It's quite close to where I live, so it's absolutely minging at the moment. And if you do get great light, then you're going to come away with something really good. Today is the 19th of August 2021, and for most normal people that date probably doesn't hold any significance. But for those of us that like to get up at silly o'clock in the morning, hike for miles in the dark just so they can stand on a deserted moorland, it does, because today is World Photography Day. I thought what I would do to mark the occasion was to come out to a location that's very special to me, to capture an image that I can share on social media and use the hashtag World Photography Day. And so I've come to a location called Crosby Ravensworth Fell. It's quite close to where I live, and I shall come back to why it's such a special location to me in a minute. There's a lot of grouse shooting up here on Crosby Ravensworth Fell, and where you find grouse you find two other things: heather, which is looking particularly good this year, and grouse butts, and that's what I'm here to photograph today. This here thing, what I have got in front of me, is a grouse butt. It's where the guns stand when they're out shooting. It gives them a bit of cover, they can hide a little bit from the grouse. And I'm going to use that today as my foreground interest, something really strong. Because we're not actually in the Lake District here, we don't have quite as dramatic a backdrop, and so for this shot I'm going to go for a really dominant foreground. So let me talk you through the composition for today's shot. I've got the grouse butt in the foreground, and I'm trying to shoot it at an angle so that I've got some diagonals going away from me. I don't want to shoot it square on. And then in the midground I've got the heather. And then in the background, because it's still quite cloudy, you've got a low cloud, you can't see the hills in the distance, so I've just got the sky in the top part of the frame. And the sky is quite bright this morning, so I think I need to put a graduated filter on. I did say I was going to explain why Crosby Ravensworth Fell is so important to me. And it's not because of the midges, which seem to like the heather as much as the grouse do. It's because since lockdown, I've started to connect a lot more with the area immediately around where I live. I've been spending a lot more time photographing it, but I've also spent more time walking in it. And I've done a lot of walking in these hills around here. And I've really started to connect with the landscape. I'm the sort of photographer that needs that connection to their subject. It's why I don't travel very well. It's why you don't see me doing a lot of videos outside of the Lake District. It's because I have that connection with the area, and I need that to fire my passion and to fuel my photography, so to speak. But since lockdown I've been connecting with this area, which has a unique beauty all of its own really. It's not as dramatic as the Lake District, of course, but it does have its own charm, and that's what I'm trying to capture at the moment. And the other thing is that the Lake District is incredibly busy at the minute. We're in the middle of August. That's the peak of the holiday season here in the UK, and because people can't travel abroad so much, it seems that the Lake District has become one of the 2 or 3 top destinations in the UK. So it's absolutely minging at the moment, and I'm trying to avoid it as much as I possibly can. As it is World Photography Day today, I thought I'd share one of my little philosophies, one of the little lessons that I've learned over the years, and it's about light. Now, as you can see, it's very grey today, it's very overcast, the light is very soft, I'm not casting any kind of shadow. And typically this isn't the sort of light that you'd want to shoot a wide landscape in. You'd probably focus on some detail shots, something a bit more intimate. Now, this is the kind of light I was expecting. This is what was forecast last night. And back in the day, I might have decided not to come out because I was of the impression that you need that dramatic light to create good landscape photographs. But over the years, I've learned that that isn't necessarily the case. The trick that I found is to look for scenes that have a lot of natural contrast in them, and that way you're not so dependent on the light. Now, hopefully this scene this morning has natural contrast in it, so I can create a kind of dynamic, attractive looking shot without being so dependent on having fantastic light. Now, if I do get lovely light, then that's going to be a bonus, but this photograph isn't necessarily completely dependent upon it. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. If you're always trying to rely on having fantastic light to create your images, chances are you're going to be disappointed on a regular basis. But if you look for compositions that have natural contrast in them, then you're going to come away with something. And if you do get great light, then you're going to come away with something really good. I think that's probably enough chat for now. Time to do some photography. I think I'm going to take a shot in a minute. But we're just getting some more low cloud moving in. So I might just wait and see what happens with that. Because I think if I can reduce the amount of the background, that's going to simplify the shot even more. So this could work in my favour, so we'll just hang on for a few minutes. So that's blown across now. I've got a fairly even background, so now I'm going to take that shot. I think that looks okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head home, I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to post it up to Instagram using the hashtag World Photography Day. So if you want to pop along and give it a like, my Instagram account is @ChrisSalePhoto. And if you're interested to find out more about World Photography Day, then I'll leave a link to their website in the description below.